Okay, well, we are here. Power rankings for week 5. Uh, yeah, that's crazy already. We're already at week 5. But yeah, so let's get right into it. At number 10, I have the Steelers. Now, I originally put the Buccaneers at 10, but I actually moved the Buccaneers ahead of Pittsburgh because they were better. The Steelers are at number 10. They are a really good. They've impressed me. Okay, as someone who had the Vikings to win against them, and we'll talk about the crazy week that I had last week. That's not. I'm gonna make sure that does not happen again. But if you saw my record, that was not very good. But yeah. So I had the Vikings to win that game. I thought they were better than Pittsburgh, but the defense is showing up again for the Steelers. And here we are. Steelers are right back where we were at the beginning of last season as well. Week 4 around this point, they were actually 3-1 last year. What did they do with it? 10-7 and another first round exit. So we'll see how Pittsburgh can respond. Is Rodgers better than Russell Wilson and Justin Fields? Probably. However, I think it comes down to, can Pittsburgh finally win a playoff game? That's what That's what ultimately matters. We all know Steelers are gonna have a winning season. We just need to know, are they gonna win a playoff game? That's all we need to know. That's all that needs to happen. Unless they tie and they go 8-1, Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. He's had a few tied seasons, but he's never had a losing season. So we know that's not gonna happen. We know the Steelers are gonna at least go, like, let's say they tie and they go 8-8, but if they don't tie, they'll go at least 9-8 or better. But it comes down to, can they win a playoff game? But right now they're at 10. They earned my credit. I had them at 9 originally, but yeah, I think 10's pretty good. 9. All right, Tampa Bay. Now, I did forget about Tampa Bay last week, so I apologize. So they technically move up, even though they lost. They lost, but they move up. One of the 6 undefeated teams. Now there's only 2 undefeated teams. Tampa Bay did what I thought they were going to do. They kept it close. Not really. They came back. This game was a blowout. This game was fixing to be a blowout. The Eagles, we just took them out. I'm thinking, wow, that was not expected. But then Tampa Bay came back, only to lose, but it still worked. Was our stats great the second half? Absolutely not, especially Jalen Hurts' throwing ability. Have the Eagles blown people's minds? No, but they're undefeated, so we'll talk about them later. The Buccaneers, they're number 9. They should have been probably higher last week, but I forgot about them because they kind of get lost in all the undefeated teams. So they're 3-1. They're playing the Seahawks this week, which should be a really good game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, Tampa Bay, if they can win, which I'm thinking they will. I think they are better than Seattle, even though I have Seattle ahead of them. We'll get into that. But right now, I think they would probably win that game. But anyway, moving on. Number 8, I have the team Tampa's playing against this week, the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, so Seattle did exactly what I thought they would do. Win. They didn't win in a 7-point game. It was I think I predicted it to be 28-20. They won 23-20. I predicted the Cardinals score right. But Seattle dominated that game for a while, and I'm thinking, wow, Seattle's got this. It's the fourth quarter. It's 17-3. I'm thinking, Seattle's won. Cardinals, they'll be lucky if they score a touchdown. It's 20-3. I'm like, yep, it's over. It's like 20-6. Then all of a sudden, they score. They score a touchdown. I'm like, okay, it's 20-13. Cardinals, there's like 5 minutes left. Cardinals can't come back. They're not going to do it. They came back. They tied it up. I'm thinking, oh no. Oh no. Is Seattle going to blow this game? I hope not. But then, Seattle got down the field and kicked a field goal. Jason Myers, he already missed a kick, but he got down and made it this time. I'm like, okay. So Seattle squeaks by with a win. Arizona's defense was lights out that second half. Seattle's defense was lights out pretty much that entire game until that towards the end of the game. First almost 3.5 quarters, they were lights out. They played great. That defense was really good. So Seattle's defense up and up. They're great. Makes sense because Mike Macdonald was more of a defensive coach anyway. So makes sense that the defense is the strong point of Seattle, which it has been for a while now, like almost a decade, like probably over a decade now. It's been almost 2 decades. Seattle's defense has been the strong point. The offense, they can get going, and Sam Darnold, he can get going. We saw him getting going against the Saints. That game was crazy. So yeah, they can get going, and they're playing against a team that I don't think they will be able to get going. It's going to be a defensive game, but we'll see. We're getting ahead of ourselves with the predictions, but Seattle is still a really good team. Don't sleep on them. You think, oh, the Rams are good too. The Rams. Well, you're right, but don't sleep on Seattle. I mean, last year the Rams and Seahawks got the same record, so don't sleep on Seattle. Number 7, I have the Packers. Packers. What was that? I am sorry. I'm sorry. I am no longer perfect at any Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and now Sunday Night Football. I'm not, well, technically I haven't lost on Sunday Night Football. This game was a tie, but it feels like a loss for Green Bay. What was that? Okay, how do you let the Cowboys score 40 points? 40 points! How? How? Like, I don't even know what to say. The defense, no defense in that game whatsoever on both sides. Dallas didn't have a defense either. So I don't know, but Micah Parsons did save the game for Green Bay, stopping Dak from running it in as he tackled him in overtime, running it in for the touchdown. So Micah Parsons was somewhat of a factor, but wasn't too much of a factor because Dallas was still able to score 40 points. Like, what? Like, what's going on? So, yeah. So with that tie, I'm no longer technically perfect on Sunday Night Football with my picks so far. I haven't gotten any games wrong, but I haven't gotten every game right. So, we'll see. But next week, this week's Sunday Night Football should be, at least I thought this game was going to be an easy win also, but it's Bills-Patriots. That should be a Bills win, but we'll see. We'll see. You never know. Number 6, I have the Rams. The Rams, you did it. You stopped the Colts. The Colts are no longer undefeated, which is sad because I wanted to see how long it lasted. But no, considering that Daniel Jones is not longer on the Giants, I can actually root for him now. But no, the Rams, you're a good team. You're a really good team. All right, you are. And I badly underestimated how good you actually are. Not in this game. I knew you were already a good team. But you should have lost, let's be honest. The Colts controlled that game. They did. They controlled the whole game. Pretty much until the very end. I look at the score, it's 20-13 with like 5 minutes left. I'm thinking, LA's got, like, Colts are going 4-0. Let's go. I was right. One of the few picks I got right. One of the 7 picks I got right. And then it's 20-20. I'm like, okay, overtime. Then, with less than 2 minutes left, the Rams were able to get down and score a touchdown. It was like a massive long run. I don't remember if it was like a kickoff return or like a long run or a big throw or something, but I just saw the ending of the play. I'm like, how? Like, what? And the Colts lose 27-20. I'm like, well, that was quick. So they score, and there it is. It's over. I'm like, the Colts don't do anything because they have like a minute and a half left, minute 40 left. I'm thinking, wow. Okay. Okay. So Colts lose. Colts I still have ahead, but we'll see. The reason I have the Rams behind the Colts, and we'll get into Colts, I think because, and I literally already said it, the Colts controlled that game. That was a game the Colts should have won. They didn't win. I think they're still a better team right now. It's one loss, and they played great. They had the lead for the majority of the game against a team that most people were expecting them to lose to. So I think the Colts honestly are a better team than the Rams right now. Now if they lose, then they probably won't be. If they lose and the Rams win, then yeah, the Colts probably won't be ahead of the Rams next week. Next week's in the power rankings. But right now, I still have the Colts ahead because the Colts, that's a game they should have won. So now, yeah, Colts. Yeah, like as you know already, Colts are at number 5. Like I said, Colts should have won that game. That's all I have to say. Colts, they should be 4-0 right now. They're not. But anyway. Number 4, surprising, I know. I only dropped the Chargers and I dropped the Colts down 1, but I dropped them both down 1. Why? Because I don't think these losses mean anything. The Chargers lost to the Giants. Now the Giants are a winless team, so you're thinking this, yes, it means something. No, I think they overlooked the Chargers. The Chargers overlooked the Giants. Because who actually predicted the Giants to beat the Chargers? Who? No one. No one predicted that. And it happened, unless you're a crazy Giants fan who thought it was going to happen. If you are, congratulations on getting that game right. But the Chargers, that was a game they overlooked. They overlooked the Giants. The Giants are winless. They've looked awful. They've now ended Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson was playing, absolutely, Chargers would, and they did, because Jackson Dart did get banged up. He did play a little bit in that game until Dart came in later on. And when Russell Wilson played, the momentum for New York kind of stalled a little bit. But, yeah, ultimately the Giants were able to hold on. I thought Chargers were going to come back and win that game. And the Chargers would probably stay at number 3. But yeah, they drop because, well, the Chargers lost, so I have to drop them. But they're still a really good team, and I don't think this loss means much. They got the Commanders. The Commanders are a much better team than the Giants, but the Chargers are probably ready for that one, and they're not going to let. They're going to win that game. They have to after what happened this week. Number 3, I have the Lions. Lions move up from 6 to 3. Lions, you did it. You are in the top 3. You're here. You're 3-1. the Browns kind of gave you a little bit of a scare there, but then you came back and you dominated. So yeah, but at the beginning the Browns gave the Lions a little bit of a scare, and I'm thinking at the beginning, oh, imagine if the Browns win. That would be crazy. But now the Lions, they won. After a while they said, why are we competing? Why are the Browns competing against us? That makes no sense. We're gonna dominate now. So Lions, they're proving that they can do just fine without their coordinators. Maybe the loss against the Packers was a fluke loss, and if that's the case, then Green Bay is not as good as we thought. Now, I will say this one thing about the Packers. If that is true, we're going to learn a lot Week 10, because they're playing the Eagles on Monday Night Football. So, that's a game they're definitely circling. That's a game we're definitely circling. And that's, I think, going to be when we really find out who the Packers really are. Because right now, the Packers are playing for the next few weeks. They have a bye this week, so yeah, but they're playing more or less mediocre teams. So we're about to find out if the Packers are for real, though. But if they start dropping games that they shouldn't, especially after this tie with the Cowboys, Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to say it. Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. Well, maybe not winning, but they're winning the NFC title game. They're going to the Super Bowl if the Packers keep playing the way they're playing. Because this is now 2 straight weeks where they have not looked the best, whether it be on offense or it be on defense. They have not been consistent with their whole team so far. So we'll see. But yeah, so Lions, they get a win. Good win against the Browns. And yeah. Moving on to number 2, the Bills. The Bills also had a kind of a minor scare a little bit with the Saints. Then again, they also remembered, why are we competing with the Saints? Let's win. And that's what they did. They won 18-31, and this is now the 4th straight week where the Bills have put up 30 or more points. So, congratulations, the Bills have a great offense. Defense, not against the good teams. But, the Bills, they had a defense this week, but at least somewhat of a defense, a better defense than they showed up against, like, say, the Ravens. But Bills, one of the only 2 teams that are 4-0, and are they going to keep that up? I think so. They're playing against the Patriots. It's a division game, I know, but it's the Patriots. They're not the best, even though they blew out Carolina, but Carolina, I don't know what's going to happen with them. The Bills. They're the Bills. And they're going to continue to be a really good team. And the way it's going right now, I mean, the Chiefs are starting to pick up some momentum, so it might not be the case in a few weeks. But the way it's going right now, it's going to be Eagles-Bills Super Bowl. That also lines up with the Super Bowl logo theory, but we'll get into that probably closer to the Super Bowl. But yeah, Bills. You're 4-0, congratulations. Let's see if you can go 5-0. Number 1, you already know who I got. I got the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles, great first half, second half, not really. No, it wasn't. Like, we won, but we allowed Tampa to come back, and they almost came back and beat us. And we almost saw the 4th straight week of Baker Mayfield leading a game-winning drive down the field to win. Thankfully, the defense, which we have, stepped up and said, no, you're not doing that. So we're 4-0. We're number 1. I've had the Eagles at number 1 pretty much the entire season, except for week 2 when I had the Packers after their big game against the Lions. But yeah, the Packers have dropped since then to 7. So yeah, Green Bay hasn't looked the best since then. But the Eagles, They've got it. This isn't just a division to lose at this point, with the Packers not looking the best right now. This isn't just a division to lose. This is now this almost feels like it's the conference to lose. Like, you have the Lions that are really good, and they're 3-1, and they're the number 3 team. So you have the Rams, who definitely gave it to us in week 3. But and then of course you want to say the Packers are up there too, but they don't look like they're up there yet. The Rams and the Lions look like they are going to put up more of a fight against the Eagles than they would right now. So Eagles, they're number 1. We'll see what happens. Lions have looked really good. We got the Broncos. They looked really good against the Bengals, but they're without Joe Burrow, so it's really not the best measuring stick. So we should go 5-0, but we'll see. So that is my Week 5 power rankings. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I have 2 other channels, Southwest Gamer and Legos Models. I just posted a video a few days ago on Southwest Gamer. I think yesterday. Not 2 days ago. Yesterday on Southwest Gamer. I do like gaming, like Retro Bowl, Madden content on Southwest Gamer, and then Legos on Legos Models. So yeah, I'm gonna those are my other channels. So if you're interested, checking those out, maybe subscribing. But yeah, see you in the next video.